Before we get into this evening's update, we're going to go over a few talking points. But before we even get there, I would like to welcome in the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, and it's very, very appreciative to see each and every one of you back here in the community. Or if it's your first time here tuning in to live, I'm very, very appreciative that you've given my channel a chance. Whether it's during the live itself, or you found your way into the live after it's already been posted, I greatly, greatly appreciate you tuning in and trying to add something to this program. For this evening, we got to continue to talk about a few different topics. One, it's very obvious to me, and it's very obvious, I think, to most of you now, they don't want to. And if you're in retail, you're not welcome in XRP. It's that simple. That's why you get the deception. That's why you get all the misrepresentation. That's why the social media, the news outlets, that's why you don't get the accurate information. I firmly believe retail is not welcome in XRP. It's becoming too much. They eat up too many of the tokens that are supposed to be for collateral purposes. And I think it ruins things at a more minute level. So I think there's something deeper going on in the dog and pony show here. Kryptonian, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP meteor. He says, yo, Tom, notification set. We'll see. I hope all is well, friend. Beautiful, Kryptonian. Beautiful. Mario Louise Willamese, welcome in. Messi, good evening. XRP, Ricky Ripple, and Moza here. Welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army, both of you, for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. Jorge, good evening. Mark Caston, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Joshy Sauce, welcome in. Yes, XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future Digibyte. OG. I love that intro so much. But we'll go through the intro here soon. But that was for you, Joshy Sauce, and thank you for being a loyal supporter. Or viewer, too, I should say. Messi, welcome in. John Hall, good evening, and I appreciate you being in here, brother. So, we will talk about the XRP technical analysis. I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited to announce something that I'm going to be doing here in the immediate short term. And it's something that a lot of community members have been asking me about for years. And it's something that I finally got lined up. And I've got everything set up the way I need to have set up to do what I want to do. So I'm very excited about this live. 11 of you have already signed up, which I don't even know how that's possible, because all I did was talk about it in my update this morning. And 11 of you I seen have already signed up, which is incredible to the exchange. So I'll talk about this in a little bit. But UK Phil, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XP Meteor. Good day, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a good day, my friend. Let's see. Where the heck was I at? Shane, good evening. Oh, Shane says, good day, Tom. I thought it was good day. But Shane Hagen, welcome in. Badir, welcome. Donald Choop, good evening. Ready to cut my hair? Well, Donald, in the future, at some point, I will be able to cut my hair, but not yet. We're about to be 1 year and just about 2.5 weeks from now, so why cut it now, right? But XRP, if you're new, that's a challenge. If XRP, until it hits $1, I can't even cut my hair. My goatee, I've only trimmed the sides because it got a little bushy, but I have not trimmed downward, so it's getting pretty long. So we'll talk about the XRP price action. Angela, welcome in, love, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. The 3-year badge is now up in place too, so you have something to strive for now, Angela. The 3-year XRP Diamond Hands badge is active now. I have it, Julie has it, and I'm not sure if anybody else has it yet. Where do you sign up? Look in the video description below and or pinned comments. Who said that? XRP Ricky Ripple, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 6 months plus with the XP Predictor. If you're looking for that exchange, that's in the video description below and or pinned comments. It's HOTCOIN. I'm going to be doing a $100 thing with the community where if you want to copy trade me, and I'm going to give you time to do it, and there's a reason for this exchange. It's not just because of copy trading, but it allowed me an opportunity. So, as many of you are aware with MEXC, as of June 30th, if you don't do KYC, they basically don't allow you to trade. They won't let you deposit money. They won't let you, everything will be sold on June 30th if you don't do the KYC. All you will be able to do is withdraw tokens, or let's say you get something from somebody else. Let's say they sent you something to one of your accounts on there. All you can do is withdraw it. So I had to find an option for the XRP Bitcoin pairing. It took me time, but I found something that I actually have fallen in love with in the last couple weeks. And now that I figured out that they have entire ecosystems, like if you like Solana, you can buy every single token on Solana. They've got AI ecosystems. They've got Cosmos, and many of you are familiar with Matic and the ones down that line. They've got so many different ecosystems that I'm starting to fall in love with this, and I needed something outside of BITUNIX for XRP Bitcoin pairing, even XRP and things as such, to where you can have everything in one place. So they have the copy trading available for me in the USA, and we've been trying to find this for so long in the USA, to where what I'm going to do once we get everybody situated is all I'm doing is $100 to start. $100 to start when I do this trading with everybody, and whoever wants to be a part of it can be a part of it. You got to join HOTCOIN. It's in the video description below and our pinned comments. But you don't have to join that exchange just for that. USA and worldwide users, you don't have a VPN. And they've got the XRP Bitcoin pairing. That's the most important thing here. The XRP Bitcoin pairing in the USA was virtually impossible to buy. And now I found a way to buy it. I could not figure out exactly where to do it. And it's HOTCOIN. It took somebody in my audience about a month ago to message me and send me an email, as a matter of fact, and just lay it out there and tell me, you gotta look at this. And it took me a little bit talking to customer service and doing things like that, but I'm so freaking happy that this person reached out to me. It makes me feel like BITUNIX in the beginning, but it's an opportunity for us all to get together. So anyhow, let's get into this. So good evening, 6:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, June 19th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So if you are watching right now, please hit that like button so YouTube recommends this this live. It'll allow more viewers to find their way into our beautiful community. I think we have so much to offer, and in this time with XRP, it's very, very necessary. Now, unfortunately, we used to use BitGet, but you can't do the XRP Bitcoin pairing on there. So I can't use, in the USA, they don't allow USA users anymore. They did us dirty about a year and a half, 2 years ago, roughly, about now. Kraken, somebody said there's an option as well. So anyhow, let's get into this. So XRP, we're going to look at the price analysis, but we also have a couple other things. We have a major clarification when it comes to the Ripple versus SEC case. Yes. Al, it's on there. Oh, okay. Yeah, BitGet I actually used to love, but they did us dirty at the end. So I don't support BitGet just for the fact that, they did us rather dirty there at the end. And for USA users, they basically just whitewashed us. But we have Vage, welcome in, my friend. It's good to see you in the audience as always, my friend. Always good to see you in the audience. But there's a major clarification when it comes to the Ripple versus SEC case. And does anybody want to guess that it's going to be what we talked about, the fact that there wasn't a real settlement offered? But we'll go into that. We'll also talk about the 10 partnerships for Ripple with the governments around the world, as Brad Garlinghouse came out and put this to bed, the rumor, and he said exactly the partnerships by country. And then we'll talk about how XRP price could break out as open interest increases. So there's a lot of stuff going on with XRP. We know with XRP we've got the weekly doji candle that formed here. That's a very bullish reversal here if it plays true. And as of right now, this is a weekly doji, and these are considered long leg dojis where all the pressure is squeezed to the middle, but we are on downward pressure here. So we're in a bearish consolidation here. And now it looks like, for the first time in a couple weeks, it looks like we could have a reversal starting here, in fact. We need to get on top of 50.5 cents, though, to have any kind of real upside optimism here. We would have to have a daily close over 50.5 cents. So until we see this, this is all just speculation, and it's all just hopeful thinking. Even though the weekly does show that weekly doji, we still need to see some confirmation here. So I'm not excited yet, but I'm excited, if that makes any sense. EOC, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for those kind words. Seriously. I love what I do here in the community. Like, there is literally no place I would rather be than doing this, and that is not a joke. I thoroughly enjoy talking about XRP, accumulating towards XRP, and doing what I have to do to have a brighter future here with XRP. Kyle Kupiak says, Cape Cod, Kyle, hey all, we are in the right place, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months, Kyle, with the XP Meteor. I'm not sure, I'm not exactly sure why it's not showing your badge today, but sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Vay says you got the best community. I believe we do. Even in high times of volatility to the downside, we still get people in here to contribute day after day after day. We have an open and honest discussion during the lives. And if you are watching right now, we're up to about 74 people already as we just started the live, which is awesome to see. Make sure to hit that like button, as 35 of you have not hit the like button. And that's one way for us to have a surefire way to expand our community. We have a lot to offer here. So this is just the short term with XRP. We do have a support structure down here, which if you look at in the weekly time frame, let me go into right here. So in the weekly time frame, the short term formation, let's go into a smaller time frame so you can just see this real quick. So we had resistance. Hey, CJ2 Pilot, thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. I was not expecting that. And thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XP Predictor. That is incredibly generous, my friend. Thank you so much for the pay it forward mentality. That is so very important for what I do here, because I don't like to, I don't have any, I don't charge for any of my content. Let's put it that way. There's nothing that you can pay for that you're not getting from me for free. So that pay it forward mentality, the members of Tom's Army, you help me do what I need to do here, and that is not understated. It cannot be understated. So I do appreciate every single person who's ever paid it forward in some way or another. So if we look at the weekly time frame, in this small consolidation, we've hit resistance and support within this weekly candle. I don't know what happened here. I had this set up. Oh, I remember. Excuse me. I remember now. And that was your 20th YouTube super chat. That is unbelievable. I remember what I did now. We came through resistance, and then we tapped the resistance like this. I remember this particularly now, because this was a way for the ascending support for you to get that third tap and to go outside of the wick here in the daily. So I do like that. I do like that. What happened to the weekly golden cross? Well, the weekly golden cross was invalidated a couple weeks ago. It doesn't mean that it's permanently invalidated, because we could push back up in the short term. But if we do push down below the 200-day, where is this at? If we push down below the 200-day, the 20-day pushes through about 52.4. So if we have about 2 more weeks down here, we could completely invalidate. That 20 still has to come back through the 200-day to invalidate this movement. So it hasn't been invalidated. The only thing that's happened is the 20 started to cross the 50 and the 100, and it's pushing back towards the 200-day. If we come below that, we are certainly, that would be an invalidation, but we have not invalidated as of yet. That's a misconception. We've had a bearish cross coming back down, but we have not actually invalidated in any sense of the word. Vage, thank you so much for the $20 donation. Are you kidding me? Wow, thank you so much, Vage. Seriously, that means a lot to me. Vage, as well as myself, understands the ringers of BitGet. So I feel for you, Vage, as well, as he got done dirty by BitGet. So I really appreciate that that super chat, Vage. That means a lot to me, my friend. Seriously. Sorry, guys, I'm drinking a lot of water. It's 91 degrees out here still at 6:48, and it is humid today. So I'm making sure to stay fully hydrated here during this live. So yeah, I mean, this is what I'm looking at here. We've got it. This is how it's supposed to be set up, something like this. But anyhow, you can see how this is setting up this short-term consolidation, and you expand it farther back, and that's simply what I have in here. This is just a fuller interpretation here. That's all that is. That's all that is. I don't even know. Vage, thank you for the... What is your... What is that next to the $30? What denominator? What is the currency called there? Like mine's the US dollar. What is that currency called? I'm always curious when everybody sends their stuff. The pound, okay. Okay. I didn't want to sound like an ass. But Vase, thank you so much. Seriously. What a hot start to this evening. I was gonna say, the pound is doing much better than the US dollar. Well, it's close. Thank you, Vase, so much for that. Man, I didn't expect any I didn't expect any kind of like nominal support today. I knew we would get like the likes and the comments and the ones who are interested in what's going on in the current formation and just some of the current news and notes. But I wasn't expecting a barrage of donations like that or super chats to start. Like, thank you both for those. Like, wow. Makes it. I don't know. It always humbles me a lot. Not just humbles, but it always means a lot to me to see someone spending their hard-earned money on what I do. And it's more than a passion. I started this for historical data, so in the end, someone couldn't tell me, why didn't you help somebody else? I feel like there's something deeper here. I really, really do. So yeah, so XRP, remember, we're still in a very bullish cup and handle. That little short-term formation, I just did that inside the handle so we could see the short-term consolidation. Trying to first get over 505, but ultimately to get over 526 and start breaking up over that 53.7 cent pivot point, and then we can start pushing up to the handle resistance. As long as we're within the cup and handle, we are very bullish. We're very, very bullish. So just consider that while you're trading XRP and you're thinking that maybe that world or the bottom is falling out of XRP when it couldn't be further from the truth. And the weekly reversal candle with that doji, it speaks volumes here. It really does speak volumes that we really have a chance at a major reversal here under the nose of most. It's just we've got to get out of this area. We've got to get out of this area. Honestly. Bishop, thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. I really don't know what I've done this evening to get blessed by all of you so quickly, but I greatly appreciate it. I so greatly appreciate it. And that is your first YouTube super chat. That's incredible. Thank you so much for that, Bishop. See, you guys, Vage and the first, I gotta look because I remember there was one just before that too, but you opened the floodgate somewhat. Sometimes it takes one person who shows that level of generosity, and then all of a sudden, it snowballs a little bit. CJ2 Pilot got it started out with the $9.99 donation, and then Vage kicked it off, and now this. I mean, thank you so much, everybody. So now we have to ask ourselves, in the daily time frame, what is going on here? Because it's green on this chart, but we've got green on the top end of here. Was this a fake out to the downside and now we're already showing the reversal back up? Or is this reversing off of a green candle from the day before? See, this is where I love the interpretation, because to me, if you just look at it from it was technically a red candle, but some finished on a couple of the charts just over to turn it green. I believe this is attempting a reversal to show you that yesterday's candle was a shakeout candle. And now with today's close, if we can push closer, and we see we're at about 46, we need to push up just a little bit. Just a little bit. And we've got an hour and 7 minutes. I would like to see this pull up just a little bit. I mean, we're actually right in the middle here. This actually is not too bad. This would be considered a hold candle if it were to push up after. But this isn't going to be for the faint of heart here. I can tell you that much. As you've already seen, this is not for the faint of heart, this rotation. It's not. And right now, at least we know the parameters have been cut down a little bit. We know we're sitting in a zone. I'm not even comfortable with that, to be honest with you. I like it more like this. I know we could come up and find it in the daily, but I like it much better like this. It comes up, we get that wick. I can't help it. I need to know that floor. just in case it comes back down. So if I'm giving you my honest interpretation, I need to see it like this. So right now we've got the floor at 46.8 cents. The ceiling, unless we break above or below, at 51.7. That 51.7 cents is everything. We need to get past, well, first the 50.5, but then to not only, confirm a move up, we need to signal that confirmation, and you can't do that till you get above 51.7 cents. I don't care what anybody says. It's just, that's what we're starting to set up here. And we're trapped. We're trapped within a zone. We're ranging. So now I think no, it's not a good time to go into the reading yet, because first, we have to look at the XRP Bitcoin pairing, but we can't get there until we get to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's at 64,886, down 289 points or 0.44%. And on the day, we can still see, let me get back to the right chart, but we can see with the XRP market cap, we're still below the major pattern resistance. We're still very much in this consolidation. We have the uptrending support coming through. We've hit roughly 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Downtrending resistance 3 times. Now we're trying to break bullish. But in order to do this, we'd have to push past that downtrending resistance in pink. The uptrending support is in orange. Don't ask me why I did that, but there must have been a reason at the time. Or I just wanted to show pink and orange, I guess. I don't know. But we need to get over this resistance for the market cap at 28.4 billion. So right now you're ranging between 28.4 and 25.7 billion. So it's closing here, but we still have a range of about $3 billion. About $3 billion here. So that's a pretty big range when you look at the dollar amount. So just pay attention to that. Thanks, Vase and Bishop. I appreciate that so much. Sean Crothers, welcome in, my main man from Maine and one of the mods. I appreciate you tuning in as always, Mr. Crothers. So now that we see that, let's go into Bitcoin real quick, because I'm still under the contention that Bitcoin has broken out of a pennant flag. We got rejected, and we knew the resistance after 2 hits on resistance. Now we got hit 4 times there. Now we got hit 4 times there by resistance. And the logical thing is, if we continue to rotate down, we could backtest the pennant flag at 61,750, and this would put a perfect inverse right shoulder. So if this inverse head and shoulders plays out, we've got a lot of opportunity that's setting up in the very early stages. And it seems weird because Bitcoin's so far up from the bottom, but it's the early stages of a potential next move if it does hold, if it comes down to 61,750. Now there's an underneath chance that we formed a double bottom here at 64,000, and now it's going to start to rotate back up and try to hit this resistance at like 69,200. It's an outside chance. And what that means is we need to start rotating back up. XRP looks better in a weekly sense than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a weekly engulfing candle to the downside, whereas XRP looks like a weekly reversal. So, and XRP's been beaten up here the last few weeks while Bitcoin was enjoying some fun until last week when it started pulling down at the end. So, it's too early to tell. If Bitcoin pulls up by the end of the weekend and you end up having a top-heavy hammer candle, well, that could change everything. If Bitcoin closes at like 67,500 to 700, there would be a reason to change the feeling here. MC Prosperity, welcome in as always. I thank you for your continued support for over the years now. That's the best way I can put it. Over the years, you've been a name of consistency in my audience, and I greatly appreciate that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. It's nothing sexy. We've been stuck in this rotation for a matter of, it's been, let's see, we can look at this and see exactly how long it's been. Since the pennant flag breakout, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th week trying to break out. We haven't confirmed the breakout yet because we've never back tested it, and we very well could do that around 61,500. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see if this plays true, or if for whatever reason this rotates down on us and it breaks through that level of support. With how beaten down it was, I find it hard to believe sometimes that when we have those big rallies up that we don't just come back and backtest, because it's very uncommon for an asset to break out of like a pennant flag consolidation, which was a long-term consolidation after a big breakout, Yeah, a little bit of downward consolidation, which is what a pennant flag normally does. And after it reaches that bottoming part, it breaks out. Well, I've always find it hard to believe that it doesn't backtest in some way. Sometimes it doesn't come all the way back down. It finds a level of support in between the breakout point and then the backtest area where it's found support. And then it'll ride that area, and until later times, if it has to come back through, then it won't ever test that area again unless it continues to have to fall through, or it has to see it for a clear bounce on support after a further move up from where we're even at. So, but we haven't established any real support yet. 64,000 might have been that double tap, but if we lose 64,000, it's going to invalidate that, even that thesis of thinking that Bitcoin could have bottomed a second time there. One thing that's holding up strong is the XRP Bitcoin pairing, up at the 760 sat level. So you just fall asleep at 7?
Probably a little bit.
Well, we'll just say 7. That's a good time. But the XRP Bitcoin pairings at the 761 sat level, we're up 0.93% here, and it's held on rather well. It's held on rather well. I think there's a W reversal that's trying to take place here, but we cannot be certain, and it doesn't even get confirmed until we can get over that 780 sat level and hold. If we can get over that, then some big things can happen. Up until then, it's speculative without another back test here of some sort, possibly. That's an inverted hammer in the weekly time frame. As you can see, we're massively oversold on the RSI, and now it's starting to break bullish on this weekly time frame. And this is something that if it continues on, we've got a long way to go here. And we got a long way to go. And the technical breakout target in totality should get you somewhere up, at worst, into that 1100 sat level. But if it breaks up to this resistance level up here and it comes back up and plays true at some point here in the future, you're looking at like the 1239 sat level. And even from where it's at today, and I'm not saying, oh, you just need to dive in, we'll get 763, we'll call it. Even from 763, that's like 68%. That's not in totality where you're even looking for the future highest movement, but that's something that is starting to play out here. And as you will notice, when the XRP Bitcoin pairing is massively undervalued, it brings interest to XRP buyers. It brings open interest, or it brings this interest because everybody's looking at the fact that you could even buy in through the pairing, which I've brought everybody, even in the USA, an opportunity here through HOTCOIN, and that's in the video description below and or pinned comments, to buy it on through the USA without a VPN. It's that simple. They offer XRP, and it was simplistic. The fees were basically minute. And I shifted mine over from MEXC because starting June 30th, as I've said, if you don't do the KYC, you're out. The only thing you can do is withdraw things as they come in. If somebody sends you something, if you made something, but you can't buy something. You can't sell something. You can only withdraw that asset from the exchange to another exchange. And I am not doing a KYC, so I had to do something before the 30th. And HOTCOIN is my way out. It truly is, because it gives the XRP Bitcoin pairing. I certainly will, Vage. 100% I'll check your DM. After the live, I'll take a look at it, friend. I promise. But that's also where I'm going to be doing the copy trading, as we're going to start with $100. And I'll talk more about it as we go along. I'm going to get everybody a chance to sign up if they want to. But they allow copy trading for us USA users and worldwide. There's 2 different links. So in the video description below and our pinned comments, you'll notice how there's 2 links for the exchange. That's because USA users have a link, and then if you're worldwide, overseas, you're also accepted. It's just easier for HOTCOIN if you go through the other link for the if you're overseas. And then more language options as well, FYI. So you can use the other one, but it's basically, the whole thing's in English. If you use the overseas one, you have more options to where for different language purposes as well. But if you want to be part of that $100, we're starting with $100. That's the bottom line. And during the lives, as I talk about opportunities, we'll look for one, and it's got to be the right opportunity, and we're going to try to build it. Yeah, if you try the overseas link, Ricky Ripple, are you from overseas? I'm assuming so, if he tried the overseas link. I wonder why it's invalid. Maybe it all merged into the one. Try the other one for the USA one. UK, maybe it might. You might be able to use the USA one. Certain parts can still use my link, I've noticed, with the USA, the one that's for USA. Maybe the overseas one isn't working now. Maybe it's just, click on the first one and let me know what happens. I would love to know for future reference. The UK has an app. Excellent. Excellent. If in Canada you have to use overseas link. Okay. Good to know, Jorge. Thank you for letting me know that. Thank you for letting me. Yeah, so overseas, a lot of you have to use that overseas link if you're in Canada as well. But I know as of earlier, 11 people had signed up, so I'm very interested to see what we can do. And $100 doesn't seem like a lot, but we'll be doing it at the 10x variety, so that makes it a $1,000 trade. So just do the math. Every 1% it goes up, you make 10%. So that's, you know, on a $1,000 trade, you're making every 10%, you know, you do the math. You know, but it's based on the $100 though, so you'd have to make 10%. So anyhow, that's what I want to start with. And we'll do it, and we'll try to build it up together. That's what I want to do, and we could do more, but I just want to start at $100 because I think that's a fair number. And I think if we're good at what we do, there should be no problem over time turning it into, you know, adding a zero to that and then going from there. I think, though, it's going to take time in the beginning. And as long as we stick to this and we stick to our plan and we just do what we know, I think we're going to have a lot of fun doing this together. And I think $100 is that price point where many of us are going to be able to do it together. And then we can build as we go. So just take a look at that. Alan, welcome in. Sully, welcome in as well. I guess happy Juneteenth to everybody out there as well, as I was unaware of what was going on until I actually was looking at the date and seeing it was the 19th, and then I realized why the stock market and everything was closed. So anyhow, let's move on from all that good stuff. I hope to see some of you there. But it's not like it's gonna happen today, but we're close. I have everything set up. It's already open. My copy trading's already approved. I got the money in there. So I'm just waiting to start this first trade, and it's only going to be 1/5 of what I even have in that futures account. So I'm doing it the right way with each and every one of you, and we're going to do it together if somebody wants to join. So anyhow, XRP price could break out as open interest increases. So a big determining factor of if XRP has the popularity to move is if the open interest is increasing. You need some interest to start moving the price, especially buyers. So despite a potential breakout, XRP remains tied to developments regarding the lawsuit between the SEC and Ripple. Investors are increasingly betting on the XRP token's price breakout. Could XRP be poised to see more upside momentum? And the reason I'm starting this now is because I think XRP investors are getting bored. I think many of them are giving up. And I think this is a great way. And it doesn't mean we're trading XRP during this little thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is whatever we find to be in the best possible position for a move on the exchange. That's the best way I can put it. We are not tied to any token when we do this. It's more about opportunity than anything. More traders are betting, so traders increasingly betting on XRP's price to rise. More traders are betting on XRP's price to rise, as reflected by the jump in open interest OI, according to market analysis by verified crypto quant author Woomin Koo. He wrote in a June 18th research report. This trend suggests that as open interest rises alongside price, investors are opening more positions with the expectations of XRP's price increase. This heightened interest indicates that more trading activity is occurring with XRP. However, the author cautioned that this could also translate into increased price volatility, he wrote. And it's important to click my link too because it's tied into my copy trading. So then once you do that, it'll be tied in. All you have to do is hit follow. Otherwise, you're going to have to seek me out, and then you have to connect your account to try to connect it to my copy trade. As open interest increases along with the price, this could reflect investor expectations and actions. But it could also bring about sudden market fluctuations, so caution is necessary. XRP's price has been in a downtrend since the beginning of this year, down over 19% year to date. trading at the 49-cent mark according to TradingView data. XRP's open interest started rising on June 11th, and the expectations of a breakout could be related to the developments in Ripple's case against the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. JW, I wish lived at least in your neighbor. I wish many of you did, JW. I wish you could sit at this table while I'm doing this live. It'd be some fun. Be some fun. So on June 13th, Ripple asked for a penalty of no more than $10 million, far lower than the regulators' proposed $876.3 million civil penalty, citing the SEC settlement with Terraform Labs. That low of a penalty would not satisfy the purposes of the civil penalty statuses, argued the SEC in a June 14th letter to Judge Therese a day later. A potential settlement would come as a sign of relief for investors, considering the pair has been in a court fight since 2020, when the SEC claimed Ripple sold unregistered securities. And before we get on, is XRP's price on track for a breakout? I want to dig deeper into the Ripple SEC case. So there was a major clarification. So Ripple versus SEC case as of June 19, 2024. A major clarification. And I was going to say, if you are watching, hit that like button. But I see there's still 89 of you watching, and 86 of you have already hit that like button. I know some of you leave when I start talking the news and stuff and I get off the chart. But I think all of this is so important. So a misconception emerged regarding the recent brief filed by the SEC in the ongoing lawsuit against Ripple Labs. Attorney Jeremy Hogan, a vocal supporter of XRP, has stepped forward to clarify the situation. So, SEC's response to Ripple's penalty argument. The core of the confusion lies in Ripple's attempt to leverage settlement reached between the SEC and Terraform Labs, TFL, in its defense. Ripple argued the SEC's approach and penalty should be consistent. The TFL case, the penalty amounted to roughly 1.27% of companies' gross sales. Applying this logic to the case, Ripple proposed a $10 million penalty. The SEC, however, disagreed with this interpretation. The regulator argued that a more comprehensive comparison should be made. They proposed that the relevant figures in the TFL case are the combined civil penalty and disgorgement order, totaling $3.58 billion. Using this combined figure, the SEC arrived at a ratio of 11.7% between the penalty and the total amount. The SEC then applied the 11.7% ratio to $876.3 million in disgorgement they seek from Ripple. This calculation resulted in a potential civil penalty of $102.6 million for Ripple, significantly higher than the $10 million proposed by defendant. Following the SEC's filing, some within the XP community misinterpreted the regulator's approach. Misinformation began to circulate, suggesting the SEC had reduced its overall demand from $2 billion to $102.6 million. Who actually was here first to clarify that this was not true and that deception had been had on the XRP community? Who did a live? Who did separate updates stating that there was no settlement even offered by the SEC, and this was only in reference to disgorgement amounts, nothing to do with any kind of fines over the top or only for disgorgement? I talked about this, that was being circulated as a way to fleece, heist, and shice, and further deception, and it proved deception within the XRP community, especially when James K. Phelan came on and acted like there was some truth to it, when we all could tell what the truth was. All you had to do was read the official document. And I said eventually it would be corrected and a lot of people would have to eat their hat. Nobody will, because nobody will even admit that they tried to talk about it. Attorney Hogan addressed this misconception directly. People absolutely see what they want to see, Alice Pond, 100%. EOC said, considering the amount of USDT involved in trading of Bitcoin, I'll read the rest of that in a minute. He emphasized that the SEC is not conceding in its overall claim of $2 billion. The $102.6 million figure is solely a response to Ripple's argument based on the TFL settlement, utilizing a similar logic for comparison. Hogan also reiterated his previous predictions regarding the lawsuit's potential outcome. He anticipates the court might impose a $100 million fine on Ripple and a permanent injunction on XRP sales to institutions. So that's what he said. Now, similar sentiment from legal experts. Australian lawyer Bill Morgan echoed Attorney Hogan's analysis. He pointed out, and EOC says, considering the amount of USDT involved in the trading of Bitcoin and Ethereum, it is not unreasonable to foresee XRP being brought to the forefront in the event of USDT. I don't disagree with that, especially with the RLUSD token coming out conveniently at the same time of all of this starting to happen with USDT, and especially what we've seen with Uphold delisting USDT on July 1st, and they're going to support fully the RLUSD token. But USDC is still fully supported, obviously, or USD coin. So Australia lawyer Bill Morgan echoed Attorney Hogan's analysis. He pointed out that the SEC's brief has been misinterpreted by some XRP influencers, presenting an inaccurate narrative about the agency's demands. It's always inaccuracy by influencers because all they care about is views. I know I'm an influencer, but as you notice, I don't put out stuff for views. I put it out because I want to be on the right track. If I don't know what's going on, what the hell is the point with all this? How are we supposed to make the... Let's just say, how are we supposed to find the pot at the end of the rainbow if we can't even figure out what's going on within the token? So we can't have misinterpretations, and that's why I always tell you the bold truth no matter what, even if it costs me viewership, because somebody has to tell the truth 100% of the time. The XRP community is now focused on the upcoming court decision, which could end this multi-year legal battle. At the district court level, it remains to be seen whether either party will take the case to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. So I'm glad we got to get through that reading. Now we can finish this first reading. And then we can get into the excitement, if you stick around, to Ripple's partnership. And it's been laid out country by country that they partner with 10 different governments. Brad Garlinghouse came out and talked about this. But we need to finish reading about... So... We were down to, is XRP's price on track for a breakout? The XRP token could be on track for a price breakout until the end of June. Based on a key technical chart formation, and this is the one very similar to what I was showing on my chart, except they took a little higher level of support. Actually, it's pretty similar, to be honest. On the daily chart, XRP has formed a descending triangle, a chart pattern that could signal a potential price breakout as the wedges of the triangle narrow. This can spark an XRP price rally, if it can hold above the 47-cent support mark. XRP fractals also hint at a potential breakout as long as the price chart repeats the patterns that emerged following February 2024, when XRP's price broke out of a similar ascending triangle pattern. Fractal patterns are used by technical traders to identify key support and resistance levels and potential trend reversals based on historical data. And these are the fractals you see. First fractal broke up, formed the second fractal. So it's pretty interesting. At the same time, traders must consider potential negative news related to the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, which could hurt the market and potentially send XRP's price below its current support. Very important information. We'll go back to the chart real quick and look at that. Then we're going to get into what I believe is very important as well. Can Ripple's partnership with 10 governments aid XRP's growth? So we'll get into that. Let's just take a little deeper look as we are 42 minutes already. 43 minutes into this live. Holy moly. That is awesome. That is awesome to see. So many people that are just chilling and watching and just seeing how this unfolds. XLM right now, as I'd like to touch a couple other tokens besides XRP. XLM up 2.19% to the 9.33 cent mark. In the weekly time frame, it was trending towards oversold. Right now, we are on that very important uptrending support line. And this very well could be a double bottom forming here. We're looking to stay over the 9.2 level. If you're over the 9.2 level, the next rally back up, you would run back up. It could be as high as 15 cents. And I know it seems illogical from where we're at. And a more logical standpoint, and I agree, would be, well, Tom, it's not 15 cents. We've actually created a shorter term consolidation. So you always have to take that into account as well. So maybe not 15, 14.3 maybe, 14 cents. But there is a significant shot for XLM to have a significant reversal. We're oversold in a pretty big way in the daily. 4-hourly corrected some, but it's pushed back into a more bullish territory if we can continue this V-shaped recovery. Very big level of support down here, though. We can't get rejected. If we get rejected here, it's a problem. But that's right around 9.3. So 9.3 is so huge right now. So huge. What do you think? No, I mean, it's going to be pretty far-fetched. And if it were to go below 40 cents, it would, for XRP to go below 40 cents, it would have to break out or below. And I think it would just be a wick if it did that. It would have to break below an over 80-month consolidation, and that would be extremely bearish. And it could open up the door for a 35% further drop from where it's at. So what? But I don't suspect that's what's lining up right now. Unless we were to break this very bullish cup and handle at 42.6 cents, I'm not even worried in the least. This is a prototypical consolidation. For XLM, it's trying to break back into bullish range, like we were saying, over 9.3 cents. And then you have the opportunity to break up in a big way. But if you micromanage the position, obviously, you're not just going to go up to 14.3. Your biggest resistance here is right here. To get up to those upper levels, we'd have to get back above 10.6 cents. And that's about a 15%, 12 to 15% move. No, brother, I mean, what do you think about this lawsuit will end before Banana Zone? Oh, I gotcha. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it can end before that, to be honest. There's a lot of speculation that it could end in the immediate short term. But until I see it, Brad Garlinghouse gave out a date of September, I think 13th or 18th. One of the two, I believe. He gave that date for a reason. So I'm looking out into the future about 3 months. That September, 13th range. That's what piques my interest. So that's XRP. DGB's down to the 00773 level. And it's just been dumping. Could have finally looked like September 21st. That's what the date was, September 21st, because it was the last day of summer. Thank you for that. Yep, before the end of summer, EOC. Thank you for that. And Shady, thank you. Yes, indeed. So 4 hourly, we're trying to push bullish here for DGB after a long bout of bearishness. We still got a long ways to go, though, to break out of this consolidation. It actually had a chance, if it comes all the way down to the 669, that would be the perfect consolidation down. But it could come down before. Nobody knows. It could. There's a lot more working in Ripple's favor than there was a few months ago. That is for sure. 2 hourly looks a little choppy here still. Looks like it could have a possible reversal. The DGB is in a tough spot right now. It's in a tough spot. It's got this bear flag that's formed. Very tough spot here unless it can pull out of it. Otherwise, it's going to force itself all the way back down, and it would back into here. I would dare say this is the best buying opportunity coming back down there. Whether you get down there or not, that's up for your interpretation. But that's where I'm looking. Nope, he didn't say a date. He just said by the end of summer. So at least they're putting it out there. They're putting it out there. HBAR's up 3.57%. We talked about the interest yesterday as it was severely oversold. Now it's come back into a more neutral area on the smaller time frames, but it's come right up to the resistance structure, right at about the 807 mark. So it came right up to where we wanted. Now, is this a bull flag forming? It's very possible that you could see a V shape, boom, consolidation, and up into here for the next consolidation, up or down. So if it did something like this, I'd expect something like that if it's going to break out. So still very, very optimistic here on HBAR. Yesterday, I thought it was a tremendous opportunity. It's up about 6% from yesterday. But it's looking pretty good here, so pay attention to HBAR. XRP Healthcare at 4.15 cents. It's up between it's about 3.9%. But it came down below this short-term consolidation. And I think I'm going to take off the MEXC chart just because it's a smaller chart. And I want to make it into the longer consolidation here on this chart. So this is how we had formed. We formed that first consolidation. The second consolidation we formed. And now we're below that the support structure. So if I'm asking myself, you can take out this short-term consolidation. And this is what ended up transpiring. This is the totality of the pattern. It's almost like a pennant flag consolidation, if you ask me, with how high it broke up initially. And now XRP Healthcare seems to be in a pennant flag consolidation. It was in the expansion zone, but it broke it down, unfortunately. So that could mean we're coming all the way back down here. We don't know yet. We were rather in the oversold, so we had to start to break down in some sense. But if we get a back test here and we get a rejection at 448, start to add up some funds, because we might get another shot around that 2425 level. But we'll continue talking about XRP Healthcare as we go forward. As you know, I have 55,000 tokens around, on average, the 2.6, 2.7 cent level. It might be a little lower, but I like that level for comfortability. So yeah. So is there anything anybody wants to say before I do this last bit of reading? I've been bouncing around a lot on XRP. Shady, I think Ripple wants to delay this ruling in a weird way during this correction, and when the market goes bananas, they rule the lawsuit. I actually agree with that theory. I agree with that theory. You do every bit of consolidation, you do all of the support touches so that you clear out all of that potential selling pressure. I agree with that. I actually agree, and I think they're purposely keeping the price in a stable range. If they're proving nothing else, they're proving how stable it is, to be honest with everybody. And Shady has a beautiful point. Tanya, I know you're in here somewhere, love, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year. I hope that HBAR stuff helped you. That little update. So, but yeah, with XRP, we're looking very hard at the 505. We need to get past that mid-tier level. That's all there is to it. In the shorter time frames, we've been talking about how it's a speculative candle because it could be coming down for support again a little bit if this breaks to the downside. And anything under 492 is going to send us a little more bearish. Anything over 494 is going to send us a little more bullish. Just in the immediate short term. But I want everybody to remember, we still have the support floor right now. And for whatever reason we had to come down here, that's at 39.9 cents. So I find it very hard to believe we're going to lose that. We've been in this consolidation for a very long time. For anybody who's new, when I say a long time, I mean a long time. Since January of 2018, we had all-time highs. Support didn't get hit after the resistance of the all-time highs until 27 months later in March of 2020. Then we hit another support before a breakout down here in January of 21. And 9 days from the breakout attempt from around 50 cents, it took us 9 days to go from 50 cents to $1.98. Hit that resistance, came back to support, went back to resistance. Now if we have to come back to support, you can see it's logical we could touch here. In the weekly, we can clearly see a reversal doji here, that weekly doji. It's clear as day that something big is happening. If you do appreciate my work, consider joining Tom's Army or sending one YouTube super chat per month. I would love to see more members in Tom's Army as we continue to grind it here. I would love to see more of you in the comments that are part of the Army as there's strength in numbers. And if you're looking to trade with me, doing the XRP Bitcoin pairing, trading XRP, or looking to do the copy trading as we get going here in the $100 challenge with the community to see how far we can grow it over time. We're only doing 10x trades at $100 to start. And then if it gets up to 110, we'll do it 110, 150, and so be it. But that's the plan. That's in the video description below and our pinned comments. It's HOTCOIN. Or not, I just want everybody, it's HOTCOIN, but I want everybody, not just for the copy trading, I want you to see the opportunities there as well, as they have a lot of ecosystems within it, and you can buy tokens off of the particular ecosystems as well. They have a lot of AI, a lot of stuff that's not privy on BITUNIX, and I love BITUNIX, and I want you to continue to sign up there, and I want you to continue to use it, but they don't have a lot of things that I need on BITUNIX, so I had to find an alternate thing outside of MEXC, which I won't have the ability after June 30th. So I've been doing a lot of dedicated research. And that's in the video description below and our pinned comments. I hope to see everybody there. Can Ripple's partnership with 10 governments aid XRP's growth? So the cryptocurrency industry has been working on building its utility. Several firms in the industry have been venturing outside to aid governments and businesses in digitizing finance. Ripple, a prominent blockchain firm, has been reportedly collaborating with over 10 governments to build central bank digital currencies. I've been talking about this since 21, and a lot of people told me I was crazy. Not so crazy are we in this community. The CEO of the firm, Brad Garlinghouse, revealed Ripple's direct partnership with these governments. Garlinghouse said, a central bank digital currency is a stable coin. It's just issued by the government. But I also think there will be stable coins outside of that. But as we've already talked about, it's important. I think they have clear regulatory guidelines as to how those will work to make sure they are safe for customers, make sure they are safe for counterparties, etc. Ripple's venture came as a shock to the industry. Where is the listing? I thought it had the listing of the 10 countries. I guess not. I'll have to do my own independent analysis of that after. Not today, but we've talked about all of them. It's just issued by the government, but I also, blah, blah, blah. So Ripple's venture came as a shock to many, but most were glad the firm was moving beyond the cryptocurrency industry. It should be noted that Garlinghouse made these remarks at an event in October 2023. The clip from that occasion has been surfacing as it sheds light on Ripple's endeavors. Governments will be able to benefit from Ripple, and that's when he first announced to the cryptocurrency industry about all this stuff. It didn't shock our community, but it shocked many others. Benefits from Ripple's solutions, cost-effective methods of implementing cross-border transactions with financial transparency will be employed. Will XRP witness the surge? The work that Ripple is doing to support other industries may contribute to the price of XRP following a daily increase of 0.49%. The cryptocurrency was trading at 49.49 cents. It's right around 493 level right now at press time. But like other assets in the market, XRP saw a decline throughout the week. The altcoin may benefit from several factors. This includes the market sentiment, a positive outcome of its case with the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and Ripple's progress. So that's all the reading I wanted to get over this evening. I really do thank everybody for being here. In about 4 minutes, I'm going to end this live. I'm going to go in with Julie and just going to see how everything's going. My son got his third feeding right before the live, and he might have fallen asleep for the night as he fell asleep at 7. So we'll see. Part of total supply is locked till X dates, can't be released. Yes, that is correct. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm just privileged to be here with each and every one of you. I really, really am. I know there is this story about there could be rocket fuel for XRP and Cardano, and this is what they were talking about with the short squeeze possibility, and it goes into the sentiment data. So according to crypto analytics platform Sentiment, XRP and Cardano are among the most heavily shorted cryptocurrencies following the recent relief bounces. The firm has stated that this could potentially be a good sign for the bull, since liquidated shorts could act as rocket fuel for sustained price increases. A short squeeze occurs when a large number of holders are betting against a certain cryptocurrency, causing a significant imbalance between supply and demand. As reported by you today, the XRP cryptocurrency recently managed to decouple from Bitcoin, the leading cryptocurrency, on July 17th. It gained as much as 7%. That was a short-term daily decoupling, like I was trying to state to everybody. It's not actually decoupled. Meanwhile, ADA is benefiting from the hype surrounding the upcoming launch of the chain hard fork that will start a new era with decentralized governments. And this is something we need to pay attention to with ADA. ADA is something of topic in the short term, and I'll talk more about ADA tomorrow. As reported by you today, Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson stated that this would be the biggest milestone in the history of proof-of-stake network, as well as the broader cryptocurrency industry. XRP and ADA are currently the 8th and 11th places by market value after surging 3.7 and 4.7% over the past 24 hours, respectively. So far, the aforementioned cryptocurrencies have not experienced substantial volatility. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Shady, that's 100% the best way one could put it. It really is. It's as simple as saying something like that. Hey, XRP Ricky Ripple, I appreciate you looking at HOTCOIN. I'm going to the ecosystems. Look at like how Solana and some of the other ones they have in there, and you can buy off the direct. I mean, it's staggering how much stuff they have on there. And I'm so glad the person took the time to send me that email. It was so thought out and written, and why I should look at it and why I'm undervaluing. I didn't even know about it until they sent me that message. There's so much I still don't know about certain things. That's why I say we don't know everything, but the more people we have together with us, the stronger we grow. So far, the aforementioned cryptocurrencies have not experienced substantial volatility. CoinGlass data shows that 1.02 million worth of XRP and $217,830 worth of ADA have been liquidated in one day. However, these liquidations could substantially grow if aggressive shorting continues. A rapid rise in price caused by a short squeeze could cause a cascade of liquidations. Well, that is everything and more that I wanted to bring here this evening. I greatly appreciate all of you that have stuck it out. I know some are leaving because I said I was leaving, but thank you all so very much. I can't wait to do this live again tomorrow. I hope to see you all when I do start copy trading with each and every one of you, as I found the solution for USA and around the world to where we can all be in the same place. And like I said, I'm making it to where anybody and everybody can join us, starting with just $100 is all we're going to be doing in that challenge with our community. And we're just going to see over time. There's no cap, but I want to see how we can do over time. Have a blessed evening, everybody, and thank you all so much for being the best part of